Was your Valentine's a little disappointing like mine was? Guess what? It's never too late to treat yourself to a little Valentine's gift with our Dead Feb sale, where everything on the site is 20% off. It's a dead time of year for us. It helps us keep the employees busy, helps you feel a little bit better through Valentine's, so check it out below.
Big box, but a light box from Westech. It's only a couple letters off from me owning that business. Now, the main event, what is in this box? Well, I met up with Merrimack. Ryan from Merrimack was in town. And he's like, check this brand out. I think you'd like this. And I was like, whoa, those are sick. And then he connected us. And then I think it's the owner of Westech was like, let me send you some. So let's see what we got. A couple pins. It says, dang comfy. Westech enamel pin. So what the heck is a Westech? Let me show you. I like that logo. Reminds me of like work, Western work, kind of like a Caterpillar. Westech, good for wearing. Hand wrapped, comfy enough for a cowboy. Look at these, oh my gosh. Cowboy Crocs, basically. Isn't that so funny? Got a little heel on it. Obviously no shank. Isn't that so funny though? I just unboxed something really similar from Wolverine that they sent in, but this is very different because that was like trying to be like a half real boot. This is just basically a Croc in the shape of a cowboy boot. That's so funny. I think I got one more color. Woo, black pair, all right. Big old sticker in there too. I'm in my Westechs. So their brand's kind of like tongue-in-cheek a little bit. You know, they're pretty silly in their marketing, which is always really fun. You know, that's what we do. Just like we're not worried about the brand reputation like some brands are. I'm like, how about Clomps and April Fool's videos? How about we just take it the most extreme? And that's what I like about this, is they're just like taking this concept of like, how do we take your classic foam slip-on and make it the most Western foam slip-on possible? Even on the sole, you can see they got those little elements of classic cowboy boot soles. They almost look like those, they look like the corded soles from back in the day, but they also look like Dr. soles, which is cool. Not to say they copied them by any means, but you got little perforations here, help it bend, give you a little breathability instead of the little holes in the Crocs. No four-wheel drive strap though. So now the question is, are they actually wearable? You know, because it's a Croc with a heel, which seems kind of like it might not work all the way. Like, if we're being honest.
A lot of people have no idea that Rose Anvil started as a leather goods company and especially a camera gear company, because in 2018 we launched our very first, well, second Kickstarter, raised $500,000 for a camera harness. COVID hit immediately after, and so we started cutting boots and shoes in half from a professional leather worker's perspective. And then that whole thing happened. You know, now we're nearly at 1 million subscribers. But I finally got around to designing all the rest of the camera gear that I've been wanting to release for like the last 5 years, starting with the little slim wrist strap, cinches down, hand sewn. It's our belt thickness leather, so it's super sturdy. Our slim neck strap, same kind of concept. Really simple attachments, solid brass, hand sewn details, a little neck piece there. The lasso link, which is one of my favorites because this thing is super articulate. You see all these little individual pieces and how they flow and move around. Our Lone Bandit that you've probably heard me talking about plenty, that holds one camera at about as comfortably as humanly possible because it distributes your weight over a larger surface area. And then the Big Daddy, the full Bandit harness. This carries 2 to 3 cameras, because you can get a third camera attachment with the Pro package, and everything is designed by me and handmade right here in the shop. So if you need to get some Christmas gifts, some birthday gifts, if you need to upgrade your camera gear, or if you got an old camera just sitting around, you need a good excuse to pull it out, get yourself a little strap, check them out below, and thanks for supporting our handmade leather goods that makes this whole channel possible.
Oh, they're made in the United States, dude. Look at that. Made in the United States of America for the good old American life. How much are they? Let's figure that out first. For those who seek ultimate comfort in Western footwear,
Westech designed a first of its kind EVA recovery shoe inspired straight from cowboy boots. Anytime I say like a recovery shoe or recovery boot, people are like, huh, recovery boot? You mean you gotta recover from your boots? You ain't no man. And I'm like, okay, guy. The guy on Reddit all day that doesn't actually wear his boots. Anybody that actually works in boots knows it's like, okay, I gotta take, no matter how perfect my boots are, at the end of the day, I want something to slip on that's comfy. Over the weekend, I'm not gonna wear my work boots. I'm gonna let them dry out. I don't need that support. I don't need like insanity of like a work boot. I just need something a little more comfy, a little more. It's not saying these are your weekend work boot, but for you guys that don't believe that you need to recover from wearing your boots, you're wrong. Okay, how much are they? 80 bucks. It's a little on the pricey side. It looks like it's the exact same pattern, just with some different colors. So let's try them on. What size do I have? Got a men's 10s and a men's 10s. I'm a 10 on the Brannock. Currently wearing my Viberg and Horween collaboration engineers that got turned into little ropers by me and Tay. I think we could do a collaboration on this design. Size 10. Yeehaw! Fits like a glove. Honestly though, I think I'd go with a size 10. They don't feel like they have that big of a heel either. Like straight up. I thought for sure they'd be like walking around in cowboy boots, but they don't feel that big of a heel. I wonder if there's a little bit of an optical illusion going on with them. They sure are wide though. There's no mistaking that they're wide. So that heel has to be pretty low and the forefoot has to be pretty high. So I honestly think what's happening is a really smart design by Westech, because it feels like this is how much room you have. This is how much squish or how much foam you have underneath your forefoot, about an inch. And it looks like you got like 2 inches of foam here, but the actual heel seat sits below where it looks like it does. So your heel only has like maybe 1.5 inches, and this has more than it looks. Should we cut it just to do it? Let's do it. Let's see what's what. With the Lander 3 or something? I don't remember which Lander this is. Oh, so it's more than just foam in there. Okay, it's not more than just foam. There's a big old void in the heel. Yeah, so it's exactly what I thought, actually. So you can see it's really built up in the forefoot, even though on the outside it looks like it's this much foam. Like it looks like it's only that much. But in reality, it's that much. So it's a little optical illusion in the forefoot. And then the heel, that can't be on accident, right? Did I just get a flawed pair? That feels like it's too low. Not like this big void that's all gooey, kind of looking on the inside. It's not gooey, it's just like a giant air bubble. But either way, the point was to try to show that this looks like it's where your foot sits, but in all reality, your foot sits down there rather than up there. Okay, is that just a one-off flaw? We gotta, I think we have to, right? We gotta cut another one. We might have just found a flaw in his product for him. To see how squishy this one is in the heel? That feels like it has that void. This doesn't. Okay, we gotta do it. Don't have a choice. We gotta cut the pink pair, at least in the heel. Is there a void or is there no void? Maybe it's different batches too. Maybe he's changed the process. It's hard to know for sure if it's a flaw or if it's a design element. Yeah, that was a good cut. Okay, so maybe a little flaw. Mr. Westech needs to maybe check out if there is some flaws in the heels of these. Because that, well, I guess I can cut the rest of it while we're at it. Why not? So, look at that. Cool concept, but maybe a little quality control issue right here. That's the joys of cutting stuff in half. Even though we don't usually cut stuff in half on Rose Anvil 2. And I'm sure if you have that issue, I guarantee they'd warranty it. I can't see them not warranting it. Because it's pretty obvious to tell from the outside that you've got some weakness through there. So pretty smart little shoe. I think it's really well done in terms of looking like it has a heel, having like that Western kind of vibe, but not having a huge difference in heel to toe drop. That's like 1/2 inch difference. When on the outside, it looks like a significant difference. Pretty smart. And then if he does have a response to this issue, we'll put it here. And that's it. So thank you guys for watching. And if you do want any of these products, check them out below. I thank you guys for all your support. See ya.